Hello, Seawolves, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Stony Brook Media Group. I'm Anthony O'Brien.
And I'm Nick Segovin.
In exchange for North Korean troops to aid their invasion of Ukraine, Russia has given North Korea significant amounts of oil. Satellite imagery analysis estimates that Russia has given North Korea over 1 million barrels of oil since March this year. Photos of ships at sea show North Korean oil tankers at an oil terminal in Russia's Far East region, leaving empty and arriving nearly full. The United Nations previously placed sanctions banning other nations from selling mass quantities of oil to North Korea in an effort to stall its developments on nuclear weaponry. North Korea is the only country banned from buying oil on the open market. A top South Korean official has also stated that Russia is providing North Korea anti-air missiles and air defense equipment in exchange for troops. Experts believe North Korea is using exchange deals with Russia to realign foreign policy.
Jose Ibarra has been found guilty of murder for the February killing of nursing student Laken Riley on the University of Georgia campus. The verdict was delivered today by Superior Judge H. Patrick Haggard, just 15 minutes after closing arguments. Ibarra, 26, was convicted on multiple charges including murder, kidnapping, and assault with intent to rape. Riley's tragic death shocked the community and sparked national debates on crime and immigration, as Ibarra is a Venezuelan national who entered the U.S. illegally in 2022. Sentencing is expected soon, with Ibarra facing life in prison.
Amidst Russia's continuous invasion of Ukraine, I was able to give further updates and perspectives on the ongoing war. Here are the latest developments.
After Ukraine's surprise attack on the Kursk Oblast, Russia continues its offensive on Ukraine's eastern regions. Russia has launched a ballistic missile on the eastern Ukrainian city of Dnipro, demonstrating its potential capability to target Ukraine's capital city of Kyiv. President Joe Biden is continuing to aid Ukraine in the face of the ongoing war, with over $275 million to be sent before President-elect Donald Trump takes office. The outcome of the Russia-Ukraine war is uncertain amidst the Trump transition, as Trump's allies condemn Biden's authorization of long-range ballistic missiles for use by Ukraine. Ukrainian Stony Brook students from the Ukrainian American Student Association on campus know the circumstances of the Russian invasion all too well.
It affected all of my family members. A lot of people I knew were drafted to the war. A lot of people I knew had to flee the country. Ukraine is defending itself. Ukraine needs our help. Ukraine needs monetary and weapon aid.
Well, imagine you're living at your house and your neighbor just comes in and starts invading your house. How would you feel? I mean, I would take whatever weapons I have in my house and I would protect my house, I would protect my family. They're doing a good job in showing them that we can fight back, because for a military who's in the second place in the world, we've been holding our positions for the past 2 years, and if they were really second, they would have taken Kyiv in 3 days, and that's not happening.
I have a brother and a sister-in-law who live in Ukraine, and my grandparents live in Ukraine. I get the air raid alerts, and every time I see one, my heart drops because, you just never know. I know people who have gone to fight and who have died. My only hope is for it to just end. I think about it all day, every day, and I have for the last 2 years.
That was some great insight on the war from the Stony Brook community. Now we go to Miriam Gergis for international news.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has raised the stakes in the Ukraine conflict, announcing the launch of a nuclear-capable ballistic missile targeting Ukraine. The missile, called the Oreshnik, carried conventional warheads but served as a stark warning to Kyiv and its Western allies. Putin said the strike was retaliation for Ukraine's recent use of US and British missiles to hit targets inside Russia. He also issued a pointed threat claiming Russia has the rights to strike military facilities in countries supplying weapons against it. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky condemned the attack, calling it proof that Russia has no interest in peace. The International Criminal Court has issued arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, accusing them of war crimes and crimes against humanity in Gaza. The charges include using starvation as a weapon and targeting civilians. The court also issued a warrant for Hamas military chief Mohammad Deif, accusing him of crimes against humanity, While Israel claims Deif was killed in an airstrike, the ICC could not confirm his death. Netanyahu's office rejected the accusations as absurd and vowed to continue operations in Gaza. The warrants place Netanyahu at risk of arrest in ICC member countries, excluding the U.S. Hamas welcomed the charges against Israeli leaders, while Palestinians in Gaza expressed cautious hope for justice. Brazilian authorities are recommending criminal charges against former President Jair Bolsonaro, accusing him of leading a plan to stay in power after losing the 2022 election. The charges stem from a 2-year investigation uncovering alleged plots to overturn election results, spread disinformation about voter fraud, and even arrest a Supreme Court judge. This week, authorities also arrested 4 members of an elite military unit accused of planning to assassinate President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva before he took office in January 2023. Bolsonaro already faces investigations for falsifying COVID vaccine records and misusing gifts from foreign leaders. If prosecutors move forward, it will be the first time Bolsonaro faces criminal charges. He has denied any wrongdoing, calling the accusations political persecution. The decision now rests with Brazil's top federal prosecutor. That's it for International. Back to you.
Now we turn to Sky Crabtree with updates from the world of U.S. politics.
Welcome back to another edition of the Political Corner. New York City Mayor Eric Adams has appointed Jessica Tisch, the Commissioner of the Sanitation Department, to be the next Commissioner of the New York Police Department. Adams' announcement comes after previous Commissioner Edward Caban resigned 2 months ago when his phone was confiscated as part of a federal investigation into Adams. Following Caban's departure, interim Commissioner Thomas Donlan was also announced as the subject of the federal investigation, just 2 weeks later. Adams did not say who would replace Tisch in the Department of Sanitation. And Matt Gaetz has withdrawn from consideration to be Trump's new Attorney General. The announcement comes after sources close to Gaetz disclosed that he thought he would not have enough votes in the Senate to confirm his nomination, given concerns of Gaetz' alleged sexual misconduct with minors. But on X, he wrote that it was clear that he had the support to become the next Attorney General, but instead, it was a distraction from this that the situation was causing for President-elect Donald Trump that caused him to resign. And just hours after Gaetz' withdrawal, Trump announced his next pick for Attorney General to be Pam Bondi, the former Attorney General for the state of Florida. Bondi has also previously served as Trump's legal counsel and defense lawyer during his first impeachment trial in 2020. If confirmed, Bondi will oversee the department that previously investigated and prosecuted Trump over his illegal retention of classified documents and for his involvement in the January 6th insurrection. Bondi is set to go in front of the Senate in January to confirm her position as the next Attorney General. And Trump has also nominated Dr. Mehmet Oz, the former TV personality and heart surgeon, to lead the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. This agency oversees critical healthcare insurance programs like Medicare, Medicaid, and the Affordable Care Act, collectively serving more than 150 million Americans. Some have criticized the nomination, citing concerns over Oz's qualifications of not only to lead such a large federal agency, but also his past of promoting pseudoscientific claims. This nomination will now head to the Senate for confirmation next January. And that's all for next week. See you next time for the latest updates from the political world.
Now with Anjali Sinha and the Student Activity Center covering a Thanksgiving event filled with gratitude and community. Now to you, Anjali.
For the spirit of Thanksgiving at the Students Activities Center, the Graduate Student Organization brought together the best of tradition, food, and fun for an unforgettable celebration. Guests kicked off the evening with a lively round of tombola filled with laughter and excitement as everyone tried their luck and caught up with friends.
So back in India, we never celebrated Thanksgiving as such, but now that I'm here, I really wanted to get in the culture that is celebrated here. So I just wanted to check it out, how Thanksgiving is celebrated here, and it feels really good to be thankful for such events and to people and to the culture around here. And it's just quite a good feeling to celebrate it with people and play some games and have a good time.
While the attendees were busy playing tombola, the event was a true celebration of flavors, rich spicy Indian dishes like biryani and samosa alongside the tender turkey we all know and love.
My friends just sent it my way saying there was an event going on, so I decided to show up. I really liked the cake they had, and I usually don't like cake, so me liking cake is special.
Students' competitive spirit was in full display. With every number called in Tombola, the energy raised and the excitement only grew.
My committee name is Graduate Student Organization. We actually cater to 8,500 plus grad students on campus, and yeah, we do a lot of events throughout the year, and this event is kind of one of the events that we are actively looking forward to, and it's a Thanksgiving event which we want to share with the grad community as well. And I think it's a good event for people to get to know each other better and be grateful and thankful for the stuff that is going on campus and how grateful they are. And even the food, I think it's an integral part of the Thanksgiving event. So that's the reason why we thought it would be a great option to conduct an event.
Of course, it wouldn't be a celebration without dancing. The night took an energetic turn as the performers hit the floor. From the tasty treats to the friendly competition and a lively dance moves, it was a Thanksgiving celebration that brought everyone together in the spirit of fun, gratitude, and community. A night to remember filled with laughter, camaraderie, and memories that will last a lifetime.
Let's now turn to Maya Duclay and Angelique Powell with sciences and health updates.
Welcome to this week's edition of Health Tech Today, where you get your latest news in science and technology. I'm Maya Duclay.
And I'm Angelique Powell.
So, did you know that the last rain that we had before yesterday was the first measurable rainfall we've had since late September?
Wow, I know it's been a while, but I didn't know it was that long.
Well, New York Governor Kathy Hochul has issued a drought watch here on Long Island. Most of Long Island is facing moderate conditions, while western parts of Nassau County and New York City are facing severe drought conditions. Due to these dry conditions, there's been an increase in brush fires all across the island and into New York City, with 70 reported brush fires in Nassau County since October 25th and 306 reported brush fires in Suffolk County since August 21st. The rainfall this week is enough to help mitigate the risk of fire, but not enough to change the current drought status and replenish the reservoirs.
Well, I hope we get enough rain soon. Hey, did you hear about fossilized tracks being in the Alps?
Wait, are you talking about like the dinosaur tracks from Jurassic Park?
Surprisingly, this is before the dinosaurs. A recent discovery in the Italian Alps has revealed tracks which took place nearly 300 million years ago. Scientists identified tracks from at least 5 different species of reptiles and amphibians from the Permian period, which preserved through a natural process of water, mud, and clay formation. This site, which researchers are calling one of the richest Permian locations they've studied, this offers insights into a prehistoric ecosystem that existed long before dinosaurs.
Wait, I'm so hungry, and hearing all of this talk about dinosaurs really makes me think about the dinosaur chicken nugget.
I love dino nuggets so much. I haven't had them in so long.
Speaking of chicken nuggets, following last month's E. coli outbreak in McDonald's slivered onions, the Quarter Pounders are back on the menu. But also, the fast food restaurant is really trying to make a seamless recovery from the lost business. McDonald's will invest $100 million to boost restaurant sales and speed up recovery. 65 of those $1 million will be invested into supporting owners who lost business, with special focus on the hardest hit states of Colorado, Montana, Nebraska, and New Mexico. The remaining $35 million will be invested in marketing programs to drive up customer traffic.
Moving on, a grad student just found a planet that is a baby compared to Earth.
Really? It's a baby? That's so cute.
Yes. At the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, graduate student Madison Barber has identified the youngest known transiting planet. The planet is named Tidai 1b and is approximately 3 million years old, making it equivalent to a 2-week-old infant if Earth was a 50-year-old person. While working in the Young's World lab, Barber found the planet through observing star clusters. The discovery is particularly significant because young planets are typically difficult to spot due to view-blocking disk around young stars.
And that's it for this week's segment. Back to you guys over at the desk.
Now to find out what's going on with our students over the break, here's Christopher, Trinity, and Imra for Word on the Street.
Welcome back to another edition of Chris on the Street with 2 new co-anchors.
I'm Trinity Miller.
And I'm Imra Ahmed.
And we're excited to see what plans students have for Thanksgiving break.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, I'm probably going to go spend it with my family.
For me, I would be going to New Jersey and also be spending time with my family as well.
So I'm a commuter, so I'm just going home and we're eating Thanksgiving dinner.
I'm going home with my parents. I really miss them. It's been a really long time since I've gone back.
Me and my family are going to go to Pennsylvania and meet up with the rest of my family. We're all gathering to spend Thanksgiving together.
I'll be going home and spending it with my family.
What food are you most excited for to eat for Thanksgiving?
Oh, I really miss my mom's cooking. Her chicken, orange chicken. That's the best.
I'd say the stuffing. I love a good stuffing.
Not the turkey. I hate turkey. Probably the gravy.
I love mac and cheese and candied yams.
Definitely the baked mac and cheese and the rice and peas.
I'm most excited to eat the mac and cheese.
And what are some things that you're grateful or thankful for?
I'm grateful for family. I'm grateful for friends. I'm grateful for God. Amen. And I'm grateful to be ending off my senior year on a strong note.
I'm really thankful for my parents getting me into the school. So it's really nice to be here.
I'm very grateful for, my family, my friends, having so many people here. Coming to school, I didn't really know anybody around here, but coming here, I met a lot of people, and I'm very grateful for everybody that I've met.
I'm thankful for family, friends, everybody that's around me that supports me, and my jobs, God, everybody. Same thing here, but family, friends, my loved ones, and the people who are around me every day.
Reporting from the SAC, this has been a great edition of Chris on the Street.
Have a good Thanksgiving, everyone.
Gobble to you, wobble.
Back to you on the desk.
And now for the exciting world of entertainment news with Imran Ahmed and Emma Earhart.
Welcome to Media Minute, your go-to for the latest in entertainment and pop culture. I'm Imra Ahmed.
And I'm Emma Earhart. Let's dive into today's stories.
It's an exciting day for Wicked fans as the movie is set to be released in theaters starting today, November 22nd.
Fans have been anxiously waiting for this moment as the film has been delayed due to the SAG-AFTRA strike and the COVID-19 pandemic.
According to Variety, the movie starring Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande is set to make $110 million in its first opening weekend and $8 million in its first night alone. Emma, this movie is going to be so exciting.
I know, I can't wait to catch it for myself.
Same. The boxing world was set ablaze this past weekend with an unexpected yet highly anticipated matchup. Legendary heavyweight Mike Tyson and YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul. Fans filled the arena and millions tuned in, eager to see if the 58-year-old Tyson could hold his own against one of boxing's most controversial new faces.
The fight went the full distance, with both fighters showing why they're at the center of attention for their own reasons. Tyson's endurance and signature power punches brought nostalgia to fans who remember his prime, while Jake Paul's calculated counters and surprising agility proved he's more than just a social media personality.
The bout ended in a split decision, leaving fans and critics divided. Some believe Tyson should have been awarded the win for his dominance in the later rounds, while others praised Paul for holding his ground against one of the most iconic figures in boxing history.
The record-breaking 108 million viewers marks a new era for boxing, blending nostalgia, entertainment, and social media to captivate veteran and new sports fans alike. BetMGM reported it as its most wagered combat sports event ever, with triple the bets and quadruple the money of any prior matchup.
Whether you loved it, hated it, or were just curious, the Tyson-Paul fight is one for the history books. It's a clear sign that the boxing world is evolving in waves we've never seen before. We hope you broke out your best pair of boots this past Wednesday. The 58th Annual Country Music Awards celebrated this year's biggest stars at the Bridgeport Arena in Nashville. Returning hosts Luke Bryan and Peyton Manning were joined by a new co-host this year, country artist Lainey Wilson.
Despite some initial audio issues on the broadcast that one Twitter user compared to Netflix buffering, the awards ceremony delighted viewers with performances from Luke Combs, Casey Musgraves, and Kelsey Ballerini, to name a few. Post Malone and Chris Stapleton performed a tribute to the 2024 Lifetime Achievement Award honoree, George Strait.
Post Malone, who formerly achieved mass success with pop, rock, and hip-hop, proved his place in country music as he was nominated for 4 awards, such as Song of the Year and Music Video of the Year.
Morgan Wallen was the most nominated artist of the night, up for 7 awards. Wallen was noticeably absent that evening from the ceremony, even though he was awarded with the coveted prize of Entertainer of the Year. It is unclear if his absence was related to his prior ban from the CMAs in 2021, after his usage of racial slurs was uncovered on Twitter.
Well, that's it for this week's edition of the Media Minute. Tune in next week for another pop of pop culture.
And now in the world of sports with Adrienne Esposito.
Thanks, Emma. I'm Adrienne Esposito, here with your sports roundup for the week.
Earlier this week, Major League Baseball announced the winners of the American League and National League Rookie of the Year awards. New York Yankees pitcher Luis Gil was named the winner in the American League after posting a 15-7 record in 29 starts this season. In the National League, Pittsburgh Pirates pitcher Paul Skeens won the award after he recorded an impressive 1.96 earned run average while winning 11 games. This is the first time since 1981 that two starting pitchers have won the Rookie of the Year awards. Last night, MLB also announced the two MVP awards for each league. For the second year in a row, both were unanimous decisions with all 30 voters agreeing on the winners. Even though the winners were selected at the end of the regular season, both ended up facing each other in the World Series. In the National League, Los Angeles Dodgers Shohei Ohtani won the MVP award. In the American League, the MVP award went to Yankee captain Aaron Judge. This is the first time both a Yankee and a Dodger have won the award since Yankee Elston Howard and Dodger Sandy Koufax won in 1963. On Tuesday night, Russell Westbrook of the Denver Nuggets recorded his 200th career triple-double, becoming the first player in NBA history to do so. The milestone took place in a 122-110 win by the Nuggets over the Memphis Grizzlies. Westbrook had already been the all-time triple-doubles leader when he recorded his 182nd triple-double in 2021, when he surpassed Oscar Robertson's mark, which was set in 1974. What better place to look at sports than right here at Stony Brook? The Seawolves women's soccer team won the CAA championship for the first time since moving to the Coastal Athletic Association in 2022. The team also made it to the NCAA tournament, which is a feat in any sport. In Seawolves football news, new head coach Billy Kosh was recently named Regional Coach of the Year after bringing the team to an 8-3 record so far this season. Last year, under former head coach Chuck Priori, the team went winless, so Kosh has really turned the team around. Football plays its last home game of the regular season tomorrow against Monmouth. Seawolves basketball is in full swing after both the men's and women's teams made it extremely far last year. Women's basketball has a new head coach in Joy McCorvey. Under McCorvey's leadership, the team is 3-1 in 4 games so far this season and are 4th in the CAA. The men are 2-3 in 5 games this season under coach Gino Ford and are 13th in the league standings. The men play tomorrow at Columbia and the women play at St. John's on Sunday. Back to you.
And that's all from Stony Brook Media Group. See you next week.